Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. I'm Sanyukta Saxena and this is the currently running series on Zentangle Inspired Arts. Today is another brand new session wherein we will be trying different tangles, drawing, creating artwork randomly, not planned, not really thinking where, what, right? So just combine tangles together to create beautiful piece of work, right? So what I have done here is, again, it is a bigger size paper, an A5 size paper, and I have found out the center, kind of center, and drawn a circle in the center, right? So let's get started, and I'm going to take a cue or take inspiration from the currently running project pack. I'm sure you must have been watching it with great curiosity because it is the new tile that Zentangle Inc. is launching, the translucence Z tiles, right? So let's get started. What I've drawn here is just like, Huggins, just that it doesn't have orbs at the end, right? So I've just drawn two lines with a slight curve at the ends, and I'm going to start drawing something crossing these two lines from under, right? So just like the current project pack, let's start with some Mokas, right? So I'm not going to draw both sided. So below I'm going to draw stems, and then this is one type of Moka that again Maria did in one of the project packs, right? Which has a frill underneath, right? So again I'm going to start one more, come back again, add a nice frill underneath, joining these lines to the main stem like this. Yeah, again going to add one more. So take your time, no hurry, slowly draw these mokas. Add these frills, right? Again going to add one more, not thinking much where, what, just drawing randomly. Yeah, again going one the other side, just enjoying myself drawing mokas, all different directions, adding these frills. Yeah, again start one here, take your time, enjoy the process, no hurry. Yeah, again coming down here, right? Just like you would draw a ribbon, that is the kind of frill that I'm drawing underneath. So I'm just randomly adding stems here. Then I will go ahead and add some above. You can just add some sprouts without frills also if you feel like. Probably it is not required here, this stem. Let's see. Again, adding some sprouts. Again, some random sprouts. Enjoying myself. Yeah. Probably you can add one more here. Some nice sprouts. I think that's enough, right? So we have drawn a couple of stems. Mokas randomly. Yeah. So you can add some bit of rounding here and there to add that character. Take your time, go back to the mochas, add some bit of inking here and there. To bring them to life. Yeah. Some bit of inking there. Not much. Redoing the line. Right, so once we have done that, now I'm going to go in spirals. And add some more tangles around my moka. Right, so taking a cue from this, drawing freehand here, not thinking much how, what, where. So again, the third orb. Take your time. Right, so I have drawn them freehand and now I'm going to work on each of the segments, right? So I'm first going to pick up this column and add some rice shapes like this all around. Drawing behind here. Not really, just going by the spaces, whatever I have. Rice shapes, very commonly used shape in Zentangle. Right, now it is up to you what do you want to do in this shape inside, right? So you can either just aura it, or you can add something else. Right? So take your time and do as you feel like in these sections. Right? And the other side, probably we'll add something else. So let's add some moon or moon pie, whatever you feel like. So I've added a moon, added 3 auras, added Knight's Bridge, and then going to add some orbs. Fill in the small little tiny spaces in between, like this. Yeah, again the same exercise. Draw a moon, 3 auras, a touch of Knight's Bridge there, one more aura, and some orbs. Take your time, enjoy the process. Insert tangles of your choice. No hard and fast rule, these are suggestions. You can do what you feel like. Whole lot of tangles that you can fill in inside these spaces. Right, so I'm going to do that for all. Draw at your own pace, no hurry. Yeah, so done with that exercise. Now moving on to the next. Right, so what we are going to do is, this is quite a broad section, so I'm going to divide it into two. Like this. Right, and then I'm going to start with a double lines with moon on both sides, like this. Right, so another variation or a way to use the tangled crescent moon on both sides of the double line. Yeah, so below also either you can go with the same or you can add something else. Right, so I am not drawing them under each other. I am instead drawing them zigzag. Drawing behind here whatever I can. Yeah, so let's continue like this. If you want, you can fill in the in-between spaces with auras. We'll see if we want to do that, or we want to do something else. First, I'm going to insert these. Yeah. So I'm still continuing with the same exercise, drawing two stems, two lines parallel to each other, adding moons on both sides of the line, and then adding an aura. Right? A nice variation of crescent moon, two lines or eye, two moons on both sides of the line, and an aura. Two lines, two crescents, and two auras. Right? Another unique way to use your crescent moon, a tangle with many variations, many possibilities. One of the first few tangles taught to any beginner. To teach the importance of auras in Zentangle, because crescent moon is totally an aura based tangle. And here is a beautiful variation of the same. Looks so different, right? So keep continuing to draw two parallel lines, moon on both sides of the line, and add an aura. So you can add more auras also and fill in the in-between spaces completely. We'll see what do we want to do next with the in-between spaces. First, let us draw these. Take your time, trying not to place them one under the other, but it's okay even if they are. They look nice anyways, so don't bother about that. Just keep drawing, keep going. Yeah. So now that I have finished doing that, I'm just going to redo the outer line and then add straight lines instead of adding additional auras. I'm just going to go with straight lines in between these moons. Right, so I'm just redoing the outer aura after I have done the moons. And now I will just go with some simple straight lines like these. Again, it is entirely up to you. You may not do it. You may leave it like that. You may add auras. You can even break the lines if there is enough space. Right? So just do as you wish. Do what you feel like doing at this point of time with the spaces in between. Yeah. I'm just adding some broken lines there. Not too much space there. So just touches. Yeah. So did the line work in the first. The second one I'm just going to add some bit small triangles in between. Whatever little spaces there. Small ones. First on one side, then on the other side probably. Or just keep it to one side. Let's see. Yeah. So take your time and do that exercise slowly. small little things that add to the look of the tangles. Yeah, and we can do that on the other side also. So let's do that. No matter how tiny the space, visit each space, and whatever small little tiny triangle that can be inserted there, just do that. Yeah, almost done. Yeah. So now if you want, you can extend the outer aura a little more, or you can stop here. We will see what do we want to do, right? Probably some puffs, some puffs or something else. I am currently just adding one more aura. And we shall see if we want to do something else before we close. Right? So some bit of character here, you can add some thickness to the lines. They are coming out from here, so I'm just adding a little weight there, right? Although I will do that with my shading pencil. So now going to shading, just add some graphite here because line is going inside. I will add some here, little bit here, not much, right? Just a touch on one side. Going to the Moka heads. Take your time, go to each. Yeah. So let's blend this much first, step by step. So thick graphite there. You can add even more. Yeah. And then some blending here. Some here, little bit, not much. Moving on to our Moka heads. Take your time, go to each. Blend it. Don't cover the entire head. Take your time and nicely blend the graphite. We haven't added here. Some touches on the small ones, on the big ones. Yeah, and then come to the frills. So good idea to add here. So you can shade it the way you want. I'm shading it here, but there are so many ways. You can always highlight the frills by adding shade here under the lines. Yeah, so shade it the way you feel like. It's okay. So there are spaces in between, so let's go to those places and ink it black. Wherever you can find small spaces. Go back, ink it. It will add to the look of your work. It will highlight the mokas a little more. Yeah, so have fun with that. Find those places, tidbits, where you can add some ink. Yeah, probably this place, or you can add some stems there. Yeah, so take your time. I think here, this place, you can add some stems there. Right, so that's about it about the mochas. You can always add some more. Yeah, right, so let us now go to the borders. So adding some graphite there. On both sides. Take your time, slowly add graphite on both sides of the moons, the borders. That's generally the way you shade your moons or your borders. Not the moons, the borders. Yeah. So slowly adding graphite on both sides. You can add some on the orbs also. I am doing that as I add to the border. And then on these two sides of these rice shapes, yeah, done with that. So let's blend now. Take your time, nicely blend the graphite on the rice shapes. Make sure you leave the center white. Yeah. Bit of touch here and there for the mochas. Where too many stems are coming out, you can always add some graphite there. Coming to our borders, blending the graphite. Blend it carefully, don't make the entire section gray. Make sure the center is white because you would like to highlight. Take your time and just blur the graphite without blurring too much, without spreading too much. Yeah, just redoing the same exercise, making sure that it is blended nicely. Yeah, now pick up your chalk pencil and add a nice highlight in the center. With the chalk where you have not added graphite. Same exercise for the other one. Yeah, so you'll have to press your chalk a little hard to give that effect. Make sure it shows. Yeah, probably a little touch on the orbs, not much. Yeah, so that's about it. I think we don't need to do anything else except some bit of embellishment in the black sections, adding a little mystical kind of a feel, small little dots here and there. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think we need to do anything else. Small little space left there. Yeah, I think we can ink this in between space, or you can leave it as it is. Entirely up to you. Some spaces inked will look nice, would add to the look, right? So you can add some dots there. And that's it, we are done. If you want to re-emphasize the shading, you can add a little brush pen, but that is entirely optional. You may or may not do that, right? Entirely up to you whether you want to do that. That's about it. That's today's work. And I'm going to close it here. If you want, you can add something outside also, right? For example, small little orbs or anything like that, right? For example, printums like this would look nice. Yeah. So done with that exercise, just taking up the border a little bit more, added those running printums, and now a little orb between each of the printums, between two of them. Small little things that you can add to enhance the look, embellish, add to the border. Just printums and orbs, nothing else. And you can see how it adds to the overall look of your work. Yeah. Done with that, a slight touch with the brush pen is all you would require. Just add a little bit of shading, or you can do it with your pencil. I'm just touching it with my brush pen. You can very well do it with the pencil. Adding a little darkness instead of keeping it absolutely white. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. So let's close it here. Put in my name. Right. So I'll see you again with another new session. Till then, have a good time, and do tangle, do post your works on my Facebook group, Creative Zen Work at Sanyukta Zentangle. I would love to see them. Right. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.